Well, we did it again. The 49ers ground out another win in week 2. And yeah, I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I'm not well this week, which is why there's so much disarray behind me. And why I'm not wearing my Niners shirt either. But yeah, a close win over the Saints. A big play at the end there from Bryce Huff. Guys, we got to relax. My timeline's full of just angry people wondering why we're letting the Saints hang around and what are the 49ers doing and oh my god, oh. It's like you've all got, like, I don't understand. This team is a good team. Like, it's young and it's making mistakes and it's making big plays almost in equal quantity. You know? Bryce Huff, big play at the end. Didn't do much else, but who the hell cares? D. Winters flew around like a missile. He's always kind of played and hit fast, but he seems to have had tracking implanted this year because he's finding the ball. But at the same time, made a silly play near the end. Stupid penalty. Shouldn't have happened. You know, it is what it is. Upton Stout. Some good, some bad. He's a young guy. Marcus Siegel. Some good, some bad. He's a young guy. But this team is learning and getting better, and perhaps more importantly, it's ground out 2 wins in 2 weeks. You know, in difficult circumstances. Let's not forget, we're down Purdy, we're down Kittle, Jennings is hurt, Juszczyk goes out, Barch goes out. You know, we were down a number of guys there, and realistically, some of those on the field are not going to be on the field at the end of the season. You're not going to see Marquez van der Scantling towards the end of the year, you know. Still missing Brandon Ayuk. You know, these are important players, and yet the team is grinding out wins. After 2 weeks of last season, I'd seen enough to be worried that it was going to be a long year. 2 weeks of this season, I'm pretty happy with where we are. And we're 2-0. We're 2-0 with Mac Jones at quarterback. Now, Mac Jones, let's talk Mac Jones. I thought he was really good. You can't do anything but ask him to manage the game, and that's exactly what he did. 3 touchdowns, looked pretty solid. I thought we might have a bit of a problem with his pass pro because our pass pro isn't good and it takes him a long time to deliver the ball. Now that did show up in that turnover which let the Saints in, but other than that, he was fine. He even showed a little mobility on a couple of plays. Yeah, impressing him. I think Shanahan, you know, people always want to say, oh, Shanahan's not a great coach, he's an offensive coordinator, blah, blah, blah. He schemed around the loss of a lot of players there. Jake Tonga's looked good, you know, we had some plays from, you know, again, Brian Robinson, I thought carried the ball pretty well. McCaffrey is still McCaffrey, you know, like he found a way to win, and he's found a way to win 2 weeks in a row. You know, and he's done it with Mac Jones now, and it's great stuff. The defense played well. You know, you can look at it and say, you know, a couple of touchdown drives, but let's be honest with ourselves. 2 of the touchdown drives, one came off a very short field because of the fumble, and the other one was helped by some of the most ridiculous ref ball I think I've ever seen. The refs seemed determined to keep that game close, and some of those penalties on that drive were ridiculous. The Upton Stout penalty in particular was an absolute disgrace. But Salah earns his money again. Late in the game, calls a good play, you know, does the exact opposite to what we've been doing. You know, he runs a little stunt and he gets Bryce Huff in there, forces the fumble, the game's over. It's a hell of a hit, by the way. I'm going to watch it back shortly. Shout-outs to Mikael Williams as well. He was immense today. I don't think people realise how good this guy's going to be. There was a little criticism last week. Oh, he didn't do anything in the pass rush. Yeah. Well, okay, but, you know, we brought him here to fortify us against the run, and there is some work to do on that. Alvin Kamara had a good day, but come on, it's Alvin Kamara. But ultimately, he was a big man today, and he made some nice plays. Kalia Davis had a couple of nice plays as well. I think as we start to work CJ West and Alfred Collins in, we'll get even better there, as Alfred Collins needs to learn the game, obviously. But also, on the sack that everybody's crediting Bosa for, which rightly so, it was a good play by Bosa, one-on-one with the tackle, he won, and he brought the QB down. But it was a team sack. Watch the play again. You'll see Mikael Williams drive the guard deep, and I mean deep, into the backfield. And it sets the whole thing up. It constricts the pocket, and Rattler, for once, had nowhere to go. We had an issue with him scrambling again, but we always have issues with scrambling QBs, but we managed to shut it down. Fred Warner, what else can you say? Fred Warner's a Hall of Famer. I believe he's now tied up Patrick Willis for most forced fumbles. We might have passed him. I'll double check that stat. But either way, he's up there with some of the greats in 49er history. And for me, he's the heart and soul of this defense. Speaking of which, D. Winters, I already mentioned him, but he's becoming the Dre Greenlaw. And similar to Dre Greenlaw, he had a rather stupid 15-yard penalty that he didn't need to give away. But that's fine, he's young. As I just get a text message telling me that the Niners have won, as though I didn't know. But, people have got to chill, man. People have got to chill. I say this all the time, but, David Lombardi takes a lot of stick from the 49ers online fan base because he's very happy-clappy and it can occasionally go into sunshine, rainbows, cookies and puppies territory, right? I totally get that. But he's positive about this team because there are things to be positive about. Looking at such an angry timeline, this is not an easy team to beat, guys. The Saints were, they were pretty impressive last week against the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals played very well. I thought they looked pretty average, and the Saints gave them a good game. And I wasn't looking forward to going on the road. You'll have seen, if you read my Sidelinr sports column this week, you'll have seen that I said, starting with 2 road games doesn't seem easy considering everyone says we've got an easy schedule. But we came out and won again. We're 2-0, guys. Week 3 is the Cardinals. We're probably going to have Mac Jones under centre again, but who's worried? I think he's playing well. So, Forza Jones as far as I'm concerned. Nothing else to say. I think Shanahan called a good game again. Special teams is still an issue, but it's getting a little better. Tatum Bethune made a nice little hit on special teams. I'm a Bethune guy, so I would notice that. But generally, pretty happy. Nothing else to say. Nearly 7 minutes, and it's as simple as that. But one word, guys, relax. 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 Chill. We are a good football team, and we're going to get better. Just enjoy it. Have fun. There's no weight of expectation on this 49er team this year. No one thinks we're going to be in the Super Bowl, and in all honesty, we're probably not going to be. But we are going to be a good team. We are going to be fun to watch. And after last season, I'm more than happy with that. 2-0, let's ride into next week. Let's get another divisional win. And let's make it 3-0, make a really good start. And let's get ourselves back in the playoffs. I'll see you again next week. Look out for me on Niner Noise and Sidelinr Sports this week. And I'll see you again soon. Go Niners!